Come and show me the way. Hey, come baby, show me the way. Come and show me the way. You know you wanna show me the way. No more playing games. Hey, come baby, show me the way. Come on, demonstrate. You know you wanna show me the way. Ah, yeah. Stroke, she a great baby, bounce on my body, she a wine for me, no time to leave, no say bye to me, no. Real bad man, me a love and a body, the body make her never say she love me not. Real dog kid from my brother, me a roger that. It's not war, if it's war, me a bringing that. Lady, show me the way, cause you're bad, Need you go bounce, cause you bad, One time if you really hustle for the green, 2 times if you're taking 1 for the team. New level, new tease, good time we are make cream. Yeah. Show me the way. Hey, come baby, show me the way. Come and show me the way. You know you wanna show me the way. No more playing games. Hey, come baby, show me the way. Come on, demonstrate. You know you wanna show me the way. Ah, yeah. Show me the way. Baby, show me the way. Vibe on replay. Replay every day. Kuna moja tu. Wapi asanti. Let's go auntie. Let's go for auntie. Telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's when she telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah. She telling me to come forward, come for me. I don't know why finally now I just spoke my mind. I know it's long since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play, I go change your mind. Just give me some time, any place, cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth just like Aaliyah. That's all I wanna do right now. Grab it up, so you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up, so you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. But she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah.
That's killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since Blue left. You don't want to change from the 4-3. We are back. What's going on, people? We are back again on the J James Show for another preview. Big up to everyone in the building. Make sure we are smashing a like. Apologies about the late delay. I've had a madness. I've honestly just got home from work. It's been hectic. Listen, I was supposed to be on with Saad. Man, that Saad was supposed to have gooners on, and we couldn't get it done. So look, we are here now. We're in the building. We're here. We're about to turn up. It's Liverpool versus Arsenal, or should I say Arsenal versus Liverpool in the Premier League. We're about to kick off. And listen, it's going to be a hectic game. I'm going to be at the game, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm buzzing. That's the only thing my mind's set on right now for the weekend. And listen, this game has massive ramifications. If Liverpool have any title aspirations, we have to make sure that we're there. We have to make sure that we turn up. We have to make sure that we win, in my opinion. Now, of course, some people look at it and be like, look, to get a point away at the Emirates is decent. It would have been decent had we had won. Do you know what I mean? In the reverse fixture, and the game I actually attended with Ram and Eni, big up to Eni as well, and Ram from the Ram stand. We need to get the job done. And the thing is, it's a massive game because Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal lot are feeling the same way. They're looking at this game thinking, look, we need to make sure that we get this game over the line. We need to win this game if we've got any title aspirations. For me, Arsenal lose this, their title hopes are finished. And that's the title of the video. Can LFC knock the Gunners out of the title race? So big up to everyone in the building. Make sure that we're smashing a like. Please, if you're watching on Twitch, Twitter, wherever, get yourself over to the chat. Salute everyone in the building. Come on, man. We need you there. Big up to M Time Is It in the building. We've got our guy Yout in the building. We've got people over in Twitch. So if I take the Twitch man, them here with the hit the likes people. So big up to the Twitch people as well. Guys, make sure we're heading over to the video, man. We're heading over to the video. And as we know, I always start, my phone's dead, but hold on. I always start with the stats when it comes to obviously the games. You start off with Football Knows Bets, and listen, I'm getting into it straight away. We need to go and get into this game, man, and get into the preview and get into the stats. And straight off the bat, let's just go, man. This is obviously a game that's had massive pointers. I'm gonna try to find the stats. Whilst I do that, you know what? We're gonna get straight into. I've got the stats zone here. Where's my? Hold on, 2 seconds, people. Cool. There we go. I actually can't get it. So we've got big up to Q in the building as well. Big up to Q. Listen, this is a massive game. And without even getting to the stats, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and give you my predicted starting 11 straight off the bat. I'm then going to get into the tactical side of the game. So what I'm going to do is have a look at how I think Arsenal are going to line up with the team news that we've had, how we're going to line up in terms of the team news that we've heard, and in what Liverpool are going to obviously do, and see how we can combat this game. And please let me know if you want me to record anything during the game, if you want me to send anything over onto you guys, please let me know. You guys know my Instagram as well. But look, without further ado, we're going to get straight into it, man. We're going to get straight into it. Now, look, Liverpool are coming off the bat, and we're on hot fire. We're in hot fire, and we've spoken about this before. When we're talking about Arsenal, though, Arsenal are a team that have had, they've had a decent little victory against Nottingham Forest, against a team that had a low block, managed to get a goal. We're hearing that, Ben White is back to himself now, apparently, from Arsenal. He's rejuvenated after this. Do you know what I mean? This Dubai break that they all had, and yada, yada, yada. And it's just like, oh, come on, man. Like, you guys are just getting a bit carried away. And that's, I'm not going to lie, I feel a bit shameless, man. Arsenal fans just annoy me, man. Like, usually my head's screwed on. I'm into it. Like, I know what I'm talking about. Listen, I don't give a toss. I think we're going to slap Arsenal. I don't really respect what they're doing currently. look, they can play football. And I think even, look, at Anfield, they've done decent. When we faced in the FA Cup, they actually bodied us for that first half. It should have been 4-0 up. However, they can't finish, and that's going to be a massive, massive talking point when we're talking about the game. Do I think they're title contenders right now? They're title pretenders, if we're being honest. Like, they're title pretenders. So we're going to have to make sure that we can keep them there and keep them at bay. And look, let's get into it straight away, man. So you've got, let's go, LFC. Oh, let's do Ars. Hold on. Hashtag Ars. Live. Yeah. Let's go. EPL. Cool. All right, cool. Let's get into it, man. So the team that I'm going to go with, and we're going to discuss, is, of course, Alisson's going to go in goal. Because there's a lot of talking points when we're talking about, obviously, the back line. We look here, and obviously at the back, it's easily going to be Virgil van Dijk and Konate. That partnership, as I spoke about before, for the Chelsea preview, this is a team that's a partnership that's really, really starting to develop, and is giving me reminiscent signs of when we saw Virgil van Dijk and Gomez really pair up and play a lot of games, especially towards the end of the season when Matip was out injured. Joe Gomez really carried us to that title. So I can definitely see us, well, alongside Virgil van Dijk, of course, but I can really see this partnership really brewing. I think people have seen the image of Alisson, Van Dijk and Konate walking back. And that really epitomizes what this backline's about, because they are the most secured. They've got the most rhythm. You know, the other positions in that backline do rotate often because of all the legwork they have to do. And of course, the injuries that we've had. I'm looking at, obviously, at left back. And we've got Robertson that's got obviously come back from, obviously, that collar injury. He's been out for a long, long time. Do I see Robertson starting? If I'm being honest, no. I think Gomez is going to start again. And there's listen, Klopp's got a lot of decisions to make when it comes to this team. I think we're looking at a Liverpool that is starting to come back in terms of having all their players fit. And due to the performances of the players that were potentially second or third choice now in the pecking orders in certain positions, they've now pushed themselves up to first place. Now, we're looking at these teams thinking, oh, okay, well, do they deserve to start? Well, yes, they do. Do the players that usually regularly deserve to just come in straight off the bat? Not really. Have you pulled up any trees since coming back, like in those 2 little cameos that you made? No, you haven't. So you haven't really warranted coming into it. And especially for Robertson, where he's a player, for me, that has to be in rhythm. I think Gomez starts at left back. I think a lot of you guys would obviously say the same thing as well. I'm going over, obviously, to right back. And now this is an area that is very, very, very interesting for me, man. Very, very interesting, because I'm looking at it, and Connor Bradley, and it's something that I'm going to discuss. I'm actually going to record it after this. I'm going to have it on a pre-record, so that's going to be sent out tomorrow. So you guys are going to have some content in regards to, you know, tomorrow. We're leading up to the game. It's going to be very important. It's a tactics board about the Chelsea game, but I'm going to be focusing a lot on Connor Bradley. And I think what I'm seeing with Connor Bradley, he is everything that a right back stereotypically should be, and in the most positive sense possible. For what I've seen so far, defensively, he's very, very solid. You know, he does his job. He gets forward. He's brave with his attacking runs. He keeps a width, which has been a massive, massive help, because since, you know, Trent, since the last maybe 2 seasons or so, Trent naturally has been coming more in field to get on the ball, to dominate the ball. And especially since the back end of last season, when we've obviously gone to the inverted system, he inverts so much that it means that either Szoboszlai, who we really want central because of the way he plays, and we obviously, or Salah, who naturally we want central, want to obviously come in and make the moves from out to in, and essentially be within the width of the penalty box, right? It means that our team's very, very narrow, very, very, very narrow, and more narrow than it ever has been. Trent doesn't really make overlapping runs anymore. I think that's what Bradley offers us, and I think we saw it in the games. If we go and look at the two assists in the goal that he had, they came from being really, really, really wide, and really epitomizing what Trent used to do when we used to essentially have a front 4, which was obviously the front 4 of Bobby, Mane, Salah, front 5 almost, with obviously Robertson on the left, Mane on the left as well, with Bobby and Salah more central, with Trent really, really getting high. That for me was very, very reminiscent. And again, when I'm going to look at Connor Bradley, you guys will see the balance that this guy offers us has been absolutely immense. For me, he's in red hot form, probably the most in-form fullback in the world, if we're being honest, in terms of the last four games. He's gone and assisted 3, scored 2, assisted 5, scored 1, I believe, in all competitions now. So he's definitely, for me, a banker to start. Now, the only issue I've got with Bradley starting, and this is where I'm at a crossroads as well, and I think Klopp will be as well, is I'm looking at Trent and his ability to go and find passes. We go back to the Arsenal game at Anfield, where he plays the ball directly over Zinchenko and Salah gets onto it, and we have a chance from there. That's the game changer that obviously Trent can offer us. Now, of course, having that off the bench is incredible. Do we start with someone like that, or do we go with Bradley and really see what Martinelli can do against Bradley? Because we know Martinelli a lot of the time. To give Arsenal credit, he can get at Trent sometimes, and I think, remember, this fixture last time, or the reverse fixtures, where actually Trent got injured. So obviously didn't get injured due to Martinelli, but Martinelli can run you ragged because of his pace and his direct running, especially when there's spacing behind him, which there always will be. Bradley, if need be, can be a bit more sit back, keep the width, and really, really focus on the job that he's got with Martinelli. So it'll be really, really interesting. But for me, I think Bradley starts, and I've got to agree, Christian, man. I've got to agree, and I've got to agree, Christian, 40-year-old Virgil. We can't drop Joey. I agree. I really agree. I agree. For me, it's a Bradley start, and it's crazy to say this. And when I think, looking at in hindsight, and I don't really want to speak about it too much because I will be talking about this. Obviously, you guys will get the video tomorrow. Klopp's always wanted this from his fullback. He's always wanted this. I think if you go and look at how Piszczek really played, Piszczek for Borussia Dortmund, the Polish international, you look at how he played as a fullback. You go and look at how Klein performed as a fullback when he came in. If we go and look at, the signing of Calvin Ramsey, who again was a very, very wide fullback, and we had obviously Conor Bradley on loan, or he was in the academy. I'm not too sure. I don't actually remember. He's always wanted a fullback like that, and we've actually got one now, and we've got one that I think can go to the very, very top. Now, look, he's going to have ups and downs, but he's been absolutely fantastic, and for me, he deserves a start. I mean, if we're doing things based on merit, and we think Klopp's going to act on merit, then Bradley's the first name on the team sheet for me. That's how good he was. Oh, look. Okay. Going straight into midfield, people. Going straight into midfield. I think the midfield picks itself from the last game. I think it's our best midfield this season in terms of, consistency, the way they are able to play with each other. I think the understanding Szoboszlai has with McAllister is really good. I think the understanding that Jones has just in the team in general is really good. And I think McAllister, as we know, I'm not his biggest fan, but he's really been performing. He's been telling me that actually I'm better than you were saying I am. Like, shut up, keep my name out your damn mouth. That's what McAllister's telling me. And look, I've had to shut up, I've had to firm it, and he's been top, man. I'm not gonna lie, he's been top. So as a result, it's like I can't say anything. I've just got to accept the fact that he's a really, really, really good DM for Liverpool at this moment in time. And alongside Jones and Szoboszlai that have a lot of legs, and if we can defend as a unit, when Joe Gomez inverts, which obviously we'll get into, and how he's been obviously chopping and changing with Jones, it's enabled us to have a bit more control in the midfield. And I think we're going to need a lot of energy, pace, and power in this game, because we have to remember that they're a very good footballing team, Arsenal. For how much I call them, title pretenders, right, instead of contenders. They're a team that can dominate the ball, that have players that can really get on the ball and cause you problems. We've seen it on multiple times this season. This will be obviously the third time we face them. We've got to make sure that obviously we combat that in the best way as possible. Now, of course, some people will allude to obviously the news that Thiago obviously is back in training. Not saying Thiago is going to obviously play in this game or even feature. Like, I don't think he's close enough for that. Obviously, he's been really, really good. We've seen the clip. We've seen the clip in training. He's been lovely touches, skills and stuff. But we know he's not going to start. He's like the girl that, she's a 10 out of 10 baddie on Insta. You think you've got a chance with her, but she always ghosts you, innit? Like, she always ghosts you. Like, she's just never available. Like, you're never getting combo for her. She's airing you, she's giving you lip, all of this, and then just ghosts you, innit? And then you're left thinking, why? Is it something I did? You then go on your redemption arc. You go to the gym, you get hench. calls you up again when things are going good, but when things are down, he's never about. And why is Thiago coming about now when we're good and we don't actually need Thiago, if we're being honest, and haven't needed him this season if we look at where we are. Nonetheless, that midfield trio for me is really, really, really top, man. It's top. Guys, get your comments and everything coming in, because I'm starring everything, so I'm going to go through all your comments as well. Guys, make sure we're liking the video. I think there's about 20 people in the building. Guys, make sure we should be on 20 likes easily. And if we're on 20 likes, you guys are like, I mean, I'm respecting. We're on 14 likes. Can we get to 20 likes? Can we get 6 more likes in the building? Look, moving on, we've got to talk about the front three. And this again is another conundrum. Now, of course, when we're alluding, hold on 2 seconds. When we're alluding to obviously the starting lineup up front, we know we're probably going to go with a 4-3-3. However, we need to really discuss, the quotes from Klopp's presser. And of course, this was yesterday, or was it earlier today? I think it was earlier today. But it's something that we still need to discuss, because he made an interesting, obviously, statements. And this is regarding Darwin Núñez, of course, Mr. Chaos himself, the guy that, breaks records, never scoring titles, but he breaks records for XG, breaks records for hitting the post. Can't seem to hit a barn door and finish, but is very, very effective. Now, Klopp goes on to say, I don't know if Darwin is available. He left the stadium in a boot. Nothing broken, x-ray clear, but swollen. We have to see if his foot can get back in a boot. That was Jurgen Klopp commenting on in-form Uruguayan forward Darwin Núñez's potential fitness this weekend. And regarding that, that's obviously thrown a real spanner in the works, because I think right now, as a forward, because of his impact right now in this team, he's gonna have to he's gonna have to he has to be a starter. He has to play, because of how he unsettles the back lines, how he unsettles defenders. His forward running does create space in front of the back lines for the likes of Jones and Szoboszlai to get into those half spaces in here. So we have to just obviously make sure that, the chances fall to Jota more so than Núñez when we talk about who starts, because of course for me, Jota will be the one that starts. But albeit, look, Klopp's made this statement. It's obviously not put fear into fans' eyes, but obviously very, very concerning regarding obviously this being a really, really big game, him being informed in terms of chance creation and being an important asset to the team. We then see him in training and he's got a boot on and he's taking shots and he's licking the ball and he's smiling and he's walking around with his mat there and he's saying, good morning, how are you? Good morning. I've seen the videos, right? So that suggests to me that, is Klopp playing mind games? Is Klopp doing everything in his power right now to throw Arsenal off, to make them really question themselves? And when you think about it, Arteta's got a lot to think about. Look, that back line is sorted, right? That's fine. You could even argue, look, the midfield probably picks itself. Do you know what I mean? Currently on form. God, I'm tired today, man. But look, Joe Gomez and Conor Bradley, that could easily be Trent and Robbo. And look, if Klopp did that, would we be surprised that Klopp threw that in? We wouldn't be too surprised. I know Klopp could do that. And look, we've got now rotation. We can really unsettle Arsenal in their preparation, which is really good. He goes and talks about Núñez. Do we then start Gakpo? If Gakpo plays, Gakpo plays down the centre. Does Jota play on the left then? But in the last game, he played off the right. So if Núñez plays, Jota is most likely going to play off the right, and Diaz will play. But maybe Diaz doesn't start, and it's Gakpo and Jota and Núñez. We've got so many combinations right now, and that's without Mohamed Salah to still come into the fold. For this game especially, it's a real like brain. Do you know what I mean? Brain. You're going to have a lot of brain for thinking about this game. I'm having it right now, and I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go off the basis that Klopp is playing mind games. I've got a feeling Klopp is playing mind games, and as a result, I think Liverpool are going to go like this. I don't think Gakpo's been in good form. So for me, it's definitely something like this. Phil Bid was saying if Nunes is ruled out, that will give Cody a start. It would. I don't think he'll be ruled out though. I think Klopp, he's spoken about it 2 days before the game. We've still got till Sunday to go and see how he's going to be feeling. If it's swelling and he was training today, look, he's just going to ice it up for tomorrow, ice it up. To tonight, ice it up tomorrow, and he'll be ready for Sunday. And I think he starts. I don't think Gakpo's in the best form. I think starting Gakpo in this game, look, having Nunes off the bench anyway will be very, very effective. But I think Nunes has to start for me. So that's the team I'm going with. So as we can see, Alisson in goal. We've got Joe Gomez at left back, Virgil van Dijk, Konate, Bradley, with McAllister, Jones, and Szoboszlai in midfield, Diaz, Nunes, and Jota up front. For me, I think he's going to go with a team that's got a lot of rhythm. Look, the front three can all interchange, so we might have Diaz on the right because he can cause more problems to Zinchenko. We might have Diogo Jota on the left because he can cause more problems for Ben White. It might change round, but it's still something that, I think could be really, really good. And I think we go with the same team that played Chelsea. I think there's no reason not to. Arguably the best performance of the season, and I think a lot of people would say it was. So for me, that's the lineup. Let me know what you think of the lineup. Of course, we've got Q. Big up to Q in the building saying, look, I like it, JJ. And they look, I like it as well. I'm not going to lie. And for some reason, like I said, maybe because I'm going to the game, but I'm gassed. I'm gassed. How gassed are we for this game? Like, let me know in the comments, how gassed are we for this game? Like, it's definitely something that I want to obviously think about here. Definitely there. How am I going to do this? Got 2 seconds, people. There we go. So we're in here. We got Jam saying it's looking good. We got Q saying I'm very excited. We got Christian saying I can't wait, man. Bro, I can't wait either. How many likes are we on now? Are we actually on 20 likes? Have we got to 20 likes already? If we did, you guys are G's, man. You guys are top dogs. Top dogs. We're on 15 likes. Guys, can we get 5 more likes? Can we get 5 more likes? But look, yeah, so for me, I'm looking at this lineup and it's really, really good, man. It's really, really, really good. Look, then the next thing I want to go and do, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? I'm trying to think. Okay. Cool. I'm going to get a tactical board out and we're going to go and show how I think both teams will set up and the kind of the key areas and the key dynamics, the key battles all over the pitch that we're going to have. For some reason, the pitch is not working. Like, I'm trying to go and find it. Look, this pitch, I'm trying to make it flat, but it's not allowing me to make it flat. So it's just annoying me. Just annoying me. Oh, there we go. There we go. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Cool. So we're going to change this round. Cool. We're going to have to change these players and stuff. But we're going to be here. Connor Bradley. We've got Curtis Jones. We have to change. That's Grav there. We've got Nunes. We've got Jota. Cool. Cool. Let me just change some of these names here. stop. Change that to Mac. So it's just less space on the pitch. Change this to Konate. Guys, smash the like as well, people. DVD Mac 10. That's the team I want to go with, right? That's the team we went with. Cool. Let's just do this Arsenal one. Okay, so I think they're going to go Raya in goal. I think that's their main guy. I think at the back, they're going to go, obviously, that's going to be Saliba. They're calling him Baby Van Dijk and that. Jesus. It's going to be Gabriel available. Of course, we know Tomiyasu is at the Asian Cup. So it's most likely going to be Zinchenko. At right back here, it's going to be, let's say, Ben White. Ben White there. Actually, let's use White here, actually. White here. You guys will just lose it if you see a number 9 with White. Let's say Jesus here. We're going to get, let's go Saka. The team I think they're going to go with. Here we're going to go Martinelli. Yep. Jesus, Saka. Have it dropped in like that. Use him there. I think they're going to go Rice. Saka. Ignore the kits. Odegaard. And this one here, I think they go ESR. I think they're going to go Emil Smith Rowe. On that left-hand side. So there we go. We've got the squad out now. We've got the players in there. Big up to K-Mac in the building. Big up to Zayn Hanith as well. Big up to Ravi. We've got Tony Lats now. Big up to yourself, man. Big up to Boo Ryder in the building as well. Big up, man. Big up. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you guys all joining in. I know it's obviously a late night as well. We're doing a late one today. I'm not used to doing these late ones. I'm not going to lie. Have to be extra quiet. But as we can see here, obviously, these are the teams that we got. This is the team that we've got. This is the team that I think we're going to line up with now. As you can see, both teams are predominantly going to go and play with a 4-3-3. Now, of course, the way they use the 4-3-3 will be completely different to how Liverpool decide to go and use it, especially if we're playing Bradley. And I think that's going to be the real kind of interesting situation. So if we go and have a look, and from Liverpool's perspective, right, a lot of the time what we'll have is, let's say we're starting here. We'll obviously have Nunes here. These will be our starting positions. Now, usually Trent will obviously come inside this way, and we'll kind of have a box. So the 2-2-3-2 kind of formation where we've got 2-2 there, with Trent there. We'd have the 3, which will obviously be high there. 2-2-3-1 or 3-3 really. Could you have him come over to here? You'd have him kind of floating inside. Or it'll be one of them floating inside. So as you can see here, it's like a 2-3-3 with Jones coming into this situation. We have Jota and that's how we kind of use our build up. So if we recognize, obviously Bradley would sometimes be Trent, he'd be coming in here, and then obviously Soboslai will be kind of up here covering the situation. We'd have obviously Salah that get really high here. And yeah, as a result of this box midfield, it means that if Jesus comes into here, if Odegaard come into here, if you have ESR come into here, and they're really trying to press us, which they obviously at times will, which obviously we're going to just show here quickly and get the team up. Get the team up just in case. Let's just use them pressing us as an example. This is the really interesting bit of the situation, right? So when you have someone inverting here, usually Martinelli would, this is one of the problems we'd go and cause, and it's one of the dynamics that I want to discuss, you know, the pros and cons of having Bradley on the pitch. Now, one thing that obviously Bradley done really well is that he was able to utilize the space in behind there, because Jota naturally will come inside. Szoboszlai was inside, and Bradley kept his width here. So he was able to really, really run into this channel. And obviously, Sterling didn't really track him a lot. So he had all this space to run. As we remember, he scored his goal coming through here. He assisted coming through here. And this was a lot of the time the situation we're in. Szoboszlai could actually get forward and actually scored his goal, right? But when we've got Trent in this situation, because Trent comes inside in field so much and Szoboszlai goes out wide, the problem we've got is the rotations. If ESR follows Szoboszlai out, right, it means there's space, because Martinelli is either going to press Konate or try to cover Konate. If not, Martinelli's on here. We've got VVD free, and you've got that run there. You've got that run from Szoboszlai, and that ball can go from Virgil van Dijk all the way across. And we see it with Salah all the time, because a lot of time this would be Salah, right? So that's the situation you're in. I think it causes different problems. However, so on the ball, it makes really a lot of sense. You've got Rice that's got the problem. Does he stay in front of Nunes? Does he try to close Jones down? If he tries to close Jones down and they do, then you've got Gomez that can come inside, or you've got Diaz that will come inside, and you have an overlap of Robertson or Gomez. So there's a lot of ways in which you can work, right? But the problem we've got is that if they're in possession, right, and we're in this situation and we lose the ball, this space for Martinelli to get into is massive. And it means that Konate starts getting drawn out. Konate gets drawn out, then, you know, Van Dijk gets drawn out. Gomez has got a lot of yardage to go and track. Do you know what I mean? A lot of yardage to track. And this is where we can get in trouble. If you remember last season at Anfield, the way they scored was actually, you know, Jesus got into here, Konate was out here, Virgil van Dijk had to cover. We had Trent obviously running back. They got the ball, crossed it in from here, and boom, header from Jesus onto Alisson. So we need to be able to go and protect that. And I think that's why we go with Bradley, because Bradley naturally, although he will go and keep his width, right? So he won't come inverted. So the person that will actually be coming inverted will be Gomez at time. And it won't be so much, but it will be Gomez. And what we'll see as a result is, you know, as this happens and Bradley's able to keep his width, we've got Szoboszlai in the centre, which we obviously all want to see. We've got Bradley really working hard, and, you know, ESR will be out here, obviously at left-sided centre mid spot, but Martinelli will have a lot of work having to go and cover Bradley, making these runs, because Zinchenko will be drawn inside by Jota coming inside. When Jota comes inside, Nunes will be making these runs, Bradley will be making these runs, and it means that the defense gets discombobulated. You've obviously got Diaz coming in as well, and you've got Jones playing really high. So at times, you would even see it like this, you know, where Jota's coming in here and he's a bit deeper, and you've got a back line here, you know, of that's got a lot of problems. And if they try to stay compact, they leave Jones out wide. You know, if they go wide out here, then you allow Diaz to get in space and get in behind. And if you remember, you know, a few goals we scored with Salah crossing the ball in, Diaz will making runs. You've got Nunes making runs there as well. So Zinchenko's got a problem. Does he go with Nunes? Does he stay with Jota? If he stays with Jota, as Jota comes in field, and obviously he'll be further up here, then Gabriel will obviously be drawn apart here, and you'll be kind of get across here. You've got Diaz, Saliba that's marking Diaz, and then you've got Bradley just by himself though. So one of them's going to get drawn, and this is where Zinchenko gets drawn. Saliba gets drawn to Jota. If he doesn't get drawn to Jota, he stays with Diaz, and Jota scores. If Saliba gets across and White gets across on the cover, which they'll have to do a lot, you've got Jones and Wild in loads of space, and he can be in there in the back post. And we remember against Norwich, that's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we did, man. That's exactly what we did. So I'm looking at it, and there we go. I got the place here. So I've got it all set up. So when we're looking at it, this I'm just to explain it again is, you know, if we're setting up, and usually we're set up in, you know, this box formation, and this will be the box formation. So it'll be a 2, right? You'll get the 2 here with McAllister will be older. You get the 2. You get a 2 there with McAllister there. Yeah, you get Szoboszlai wide. Bradley, that usually is Trent, will be inside as well. So you have Gomez, that'll be wide. You've got McAllister, that's in there. Gomez, that'll be wide. You've got Jones here. You've got 2-2. Jones then comes more central. You then have Gomez that comes up. You've got Szoboszlai that keeps his width. You've got Jota here. You've got Nunes here. And you've got Diaz here. And we're in this 2-2-4-3, this box midfield, right? This box midfield that allows us to dominate midfields. If you know, Jesus goes and presses the keeper, you've got Saka pressing, well, Gomez or Konate. He's got that decision to make. It means we can dominate the center of the pitch, which makes a lot of sense. Which means that these gaps are opened up, right? These gaps defensively. If we have Bradley coming out here and you've got Gomez, who naturally, even if he was to invert, won't invert like a Trent, he will be a bit more like this, right? To narrow up the pitch. Saka can still get there. And of course, you've got overlaps from Ben White to deal with. But Diaz will kill Ben White on the transition. Nunes will kill this space on the transition. You've got Jones here that obviously will tuck in. You've got McAllister that will stay there. You've got Jones that might come and do the double pivot and take turns. You have Szoboszlai that will come in. You have Gomez that will go wide. Nunes, and you've got Jota here. It causes a lot of problems for that team defensively because now we've got that box, but it's much more narrow. And I know G is in the building, so big up to G, but he's discussed this obviously with us before when he's spoken about, you know, having Trent that inverts. It really doesn't kind of make sense because we haven't got a natural right back, and that's where we really get countered. 100% is where we get countered. That's why I think he goes with Bradley, because I think Bradley gives us a better dynamic for this game. And look, even if we go and play Trent, I think it's a decision that Arteta is going to have to make in terms of how he decides to set up. So if the instructions are to Martinelli, you've got to go and stay with Bradley, right? If he stays with Bradley, it means he's not attacking us as much. So if we go in and attack, right, and let's say Saliba is in his position, we drop everyone back. Zinchenko's here. We've got Declan Rice in the 6. We've got Odegaard there. We've got ESR, who I think will start. You've got him there. We've got Ben White back at right back. We've got Jesus playing in that false 9. Yeah, and we're playing here with this situation. It might be Jones, it might be Gomez rotating. It just really depends if we want to go that box. But let's say he's there. We've got Jones in this situation here. Diaz that will keep him width. Let's say we play higher up. Cool. So just move everyone up. So let's say we're on the ball now in those half spaces. VBD's there. Konate. Got Mac there. Jota will be here. Operating these areas. This is where the problem is, isn't it? Is that Nunes will be occupying these two centre backs, so they won't want this gap. So Gabriel will probably stay like this. That space will be left for Jota to run into, or Declan Rice can obviously cover that spot. If Declan Rice covers that spot, Szoboszlai just drifts into that space. Do you know what I mean? So that's the problem we've got, and you know you can't allow him to shoot from distance. So that's a really, really key point in there. Bradley, obviously, if Jota makes these runs from out to in here with the ball, right? So you put the ball in there and he's making it out to in runs because we're playing round here in these triangles, right? Bradley, if he makes those runs, Zinchenko's got a problem. If Zinchenko follows him, he's got all that space. It means Martinelli is falling back. It means then Szoboszlai can pick up the ball in these areas, in that Trent zone or that KDB role where he can still put balls into the back post for Jones. We saw obviously McConnell do it against Norwich. We've got Jones who's making runs there. You've got Diaz who's making the runs really narrow here as well and keeping the width. You'd have Gomez here. Saka will drop in. You've got Virgil van Dijk. Obviously here you would have McAllister in that 6. Do you know what I mean? And Jesus kind of trying to occupy these two. It really enables us to have problems because ESR would have to drop in. And if ESR drops in, we're then really dominating them. And then that's where obviously Bradley tries to get onside. McAllister plays here and we try to shift the ball. So very, very interesting how it's obviously going to be. Obviously, where I think they can hurt us, for me, if I'm being honest, is on this side, Virgil van Dijk, a lot of the time we've seen it, he likes to go and give space for teams. Now, Konate can sometimes be a bit gung-ho. If Bradley is caught up in the transition, that's where they're going to go and hurt us because Jesus will drop in these situations to go and get the ball. Saka, as soon as they lose the ball, will try to get in beyond Gomez if we were to go and do this, right? You've got Martinelli that will do the same thing. Now, we hope Bradley can keep up. But again, it's a different type of... Look, he faced Sterling and Sterling's no slouch, 100%. But when you're looking at, what Sterling did in that game, it was really, really poor. He didn't press well and he didn't track back. Now, if we get caught on a transition, Martinelli is definitely going to track back and Martinelli is definitely going to try and get forward with pace. And as a result, it may cause us some problems. So what we would actually see, in my opinion, is the likes of Martinelli making runs here. Do you know what I mean? You got Jesus, obviously getting him beyond McAllister on the transition. He's not great. That's where we need, if Jones is caught up here, Gomez is running in and trying to cover not only Jesus, but Saka. Then you've got VVD getting drawn out. Do you know what I mean? Erdegaard starts picking up the ball in these areas here. Do you know what I mean? You've got ESR, who's got real running power. You go in here playing overlaps as Bradley's trying to run back here. You've got Soboslai trying to run back here. And we really don't want to get it caught on account. And I think it's going to be a really good game in terms of how we can go and keep the ball and are able to go and, and who's able to go and hurt who in the right moments, because I think we're very similar when we look at the way we set up. Zinchenko inverts are very similar to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent obviously takes it to another level, but they come into the same area, so we're trying to dominate the same areas of the pitch. Who can dominate those areas essentially is going to win the game, in my opinion. So that's how I'm looking at it. But guys, listen, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this game. Obviously, I'm proper excited. Big up to Honesty saying Curtis Jones's performances are catching the interest of a number of clubs, especially down south. I mean, they would be. Big up to Honesty saying Alexis McAllister, 95 touches, 64 accurate passes, 91%, one key pass. Is this from his last game? Let me know. He's been really good. Keep it real. Big up saying, wasn't there meant to be a stream last night? Am I begging? There was meant to be a stream last night, but I've had some family issues I've had to tend to regarding my grandma and stuff. Work as well, so I've had to obviously do it late at night as well. So obviously appreciate you guys obviously rocking with me as well. Obviously I couldn't get out and let you guys know, but the best place to look at is on Twitter. If I don't post that we're doing a video on Twitter, ignore what it says on YouTube sometimes, man, because I try to plan these in advance. Let's go here. Big up to Rabbi saying, question, how do we mark certain Arsenal players out the game? I mean, look, Liverpool can't mark certain players out of the game because essentially that will take away what I believe from what Liverpool want to do. So if you ask Bradley to start marking Martinelli, he won't be able to get in beyond Martinelli because Martinelli's going to try and get forward behind him. The whole point of it is I think we need to win our individual battles. Bradley needs to be brave if he's playing, or Trent needs to be brave in terms of stepping forward and playing really high and essentially telling Martinelli, all right, you're going to have to track me instead of me tracking you, and see who can hurt who more. If we go and start to try and mark, Rice out of the game and stuff, I mean, if Nunes is marking Rice out of the game, he then can't get the ball in positions where he can be dangerous for us, or the same for Jota. So I think we've got to play our game and then hope that Arsenal falter at their game plan. And that's the way I look at it. Big up to Ravi saying, questions on Diaz. Can he finish more often in the final third? He can do, but I don't think he gets into those same positions. I think his role is a bit different. I think we've seen he can finish. I don't think he's ever going to be this mad goal scorer. But look, for me, he was never that guy. I just think as a winger, he can be very effective. He was never going to be a good Mane replacement, like for like in terms of their abilities, or the way they play the game, the way, Mane wants to be the goal scorer. Obviously can do a bit of everything at his pomp. Diaz is more of the creator, and I think Diaz has got more. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to run you down the line. I'm going to try assist for someone else. So that's how I see it. Phil Bidwell, big up here saying, we will play our game instead of trying to nullify Arsenal. That's exactly what it is. Big up to Keep It Real saying, I just go on this Arsenal or Liverpool rumours to see the news about twice a week. Mostly I get it from you. Yeah, that's honesty, man. Honesty is top, man. Honesty is top. Honesty is top when it comes to the news, man. Honesty is proper top. But look, people, it's that time of the show. It's that time where we get the score predictions in. And now get me your score predictions in. We've got Keep It Real in the building already. I'm going to be honest. I think we win this game 2-1. 2-1. I think we're going to win this game 2-1. I think we're going to concede first. I think Liverpool are going to concede first, and I think we're going to go off this whole. And I hope we don't. I hope I'm wrong, but I think we're going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I think we're going to concede first, and I think we're going to score in the 75th minute plus, like we have been. I think that trend is going to continue with Liverpool in there. So let me know as well what you guys think. We've got Honesty here saying 3-0 LFC, Diaz, Darwin, and Soboslai. Boy, that would be that 3-0. If we beat Arsenal 3-0, I think I'd be telling people we're winning the league. Clean sheet, boy. We've got Phil Bidwell saying 2-1 as well. I agree, 2-1. Got Keep It Real saying 4-2 Liverpool win. I'm going to go for, we are on smoke at the minute. We are on smoke. Listen, if we can score 4 goals again, 3-4 goals, that's ridiculous. That's really ridiculous. Big up to Tabitha in the building saying 3-2 Arsenal. Really interesting. Why do you think 3-2 Arsenal? Let me know in the comments, man. Let me know in the comments. We got Q saying 4-1 Liverpool. Boy, if I'm at the Emirates when we score 4-1 Arsenal, listen, I'm telling you now, if I go to the Emirates, I'm going on Arsenal Fan TV. How about that? If we win 4-1, I'm making an appearance on Arsenal Fan TV. I'm going straight up to Robbie. I'm going straight up to Cecil, and I'm telling them, get me on now. Get me on now. And I'm going to go viral. So let me know if you guys want me to do that. I need you guys to smash the like. The more likes we get, the more comments I get after this video, I'll definitely do it because I'll be at the game. Jam saying, when do we become the favourites? If we beat Arsenal, I think we become the favourites. I think we've got to own it. We've got to own that we're favourites to win the league. You know, we've still, of course, got to face City. So that's obviously a massive test. But when we go and look at our remaining games at Anfield, let's see. Let's go and have a look at them now together. Cool. These are the remaining games we've got at Anfield. So we've got Burnley on February the 10th. We've got Luton, that's been postponed now, but we're going to obviously face Luton still at home. We've got Man City at home that we've got to obviously talk about. We've got Brighton at home. We've got Sheffield United at home. We've got Crystal Palace at home. We've got Spurs at home. And we've got Wolves at home. At home, I think we're cleaning up at home, right? We're cleaning up at home. We've got big games, of course, against Tottenham. We've got big games against City. Those 2 games could be potential banana skins for Liverpool, especially at home, because not banana skins, they're just games that we could potentially lose because the teams are really, really good. Spurs are a good side. If they turn up, they can cause problems, and we know about City. When we go look at the games now, our away games, right? Barring the EFL Cup, we've got Brentford at home, Brentford away, Nottingham Forest away, Everton away, Man United away, West Ham away, Fulham away, Aston Villa away. Now, out of those teams, United is the big name. United is the big name, right? And I got it here for you guys. So we're going to go through it again. So our home fixtures, I'll get this again. Our remaining home fixtures are, after the Arsenal game, Liverpool, we've got Burnley at home, Luton Town at home, that's been postponed, but we know. Forget the FA Cup for now. We've got City at home, which is a big game. We've got Brighton at home, which is obviously a big game. We've got Sheffield at home. We've got Liverpool, Tottenham at home, and we've got Wolves at home. Tottenham, City, and potentially Brighton, depending on what kind of Brighton you get, they're going to be the hardest games. But because we're at home, because of the fans, because of the news of Klopp leaving, for me, that just suggests like Liverpool win, right? We go and have a look deeper and have a look at our away fixtures now. And how difficult will our away fixtures be after this Liverpool game? We've got Brentford away, Nottingham Forest away, Everton away, Man United away, Fulham away, West Ham away, and Aston Villa away. Now tell me Liverpool can't go and do that. Tell me Liverpool can't win those away games. The home games are more difficult fixtures. Now, when we look at it, Liverpool are better at home. So, of course, we could slip up in any game. It's the Premier League. But if I'm looking at it like just logically, the away games are games I think Liverpool should be able to win. We've got Honesty here saying, call me crazy. I'm more scared to play either Brighton or Brentford because those teams always are a nuisance to Liverpool FC. They're mad annoying. I'm not. Sorry, I'm not scared to go and play them. I'm scared to play City. If we turn up, we're fine. Against City, you can turn up and still lose. You can turn up against Tottenham and still lose. You can't turn up against Brighton and lose the game. You'd have to perform poorly. Liverpool, if they turn up, you can still lose to Man City because Man City are a good team. They could just be better on the day. Keep it real saying, make sure you troll Ty as well. I definitely will. Q saying, I'll be waiting for you on AFTV. Yeah, I definitely will, man. honestly saying for me, if we beat Brentford and City, then I'll say 100% favourites. But you can never be 100% favourites means that you're 100% going to win it. I'm not waiting for that. I'm saying we're favourites from before. If we beat Arsenal today, we're favourites for the league. Like you'd say the same thing about City. I want to win the Spurs game and smoke them 5-0, and we also win the Prem that day because I got revenge on my mind versus Spurs. And then we got Keep It Real saying, I think Liverpool will be wanting to send a message when it comes to Spurs at Anfield because of what happened in the first fixture. We got hope. So Keep It Real saying Spurs will get put to the sword at Highland Anfield. GTV saying City are faves, G. Not if we beat Arsenal for me. I'm not saying we're miles ahead favourites. I'm not saying like we're clear in terms of, but if I was a bookie, I'm putting Liverpool down as favourites because if you look at the trend of this season, Liverpool have lost one game against Spurs. We have not lost a game. Of course, we've dropped points in terms of drawing. We have not lost. If we beat Arsenal and we get Arsenal out of the title race, we've only got to play City that is in the title race left at home. Now, of course, they could beat us at home. But for me, Liverpool are favourites. We've got to own it. We can't start. I'm not going to lie. We can't be moving moist, innit? Like, we've got to be honest. And I'm going to put that pressure on Liverpool. We are favourites to win the league if we beat Arsenal. We are favourites. Whether we do it or not is a completely different question. But we are favourites. We say the same thing about Arsenal. We'd still look at Arsenal. We said the same thing last year at Arsenal. You can't bottle this. You've got to win it. You guys are favourites now. We'll be favourites, bro. We'll be favourites. We've got GTV saying logic says when City become good, they will overtake. But this is City good, though. City are good. Like, City aren't on a bad run. City are good. That's the point. Is essentially what we're saying is that we expect Liverpool to drop off from what you're saying. That's what you're insinuating. Based on this season and based on the first half of the season, I don't think Liverpool will drop off. Liverpool always go from strength to strength in the season as well. We've obviously always dropped off in January, February. We've had poor Januaries in the past. If you go look at at the season we lost, games or lost titles. Those are always the games. So for me, yeah, man. G saying they're 2 points behind. Yeah, they're 2 points behind, and I think we are still favourites. I think if we go and I think we will still be favourites. Of course, we've got to still face City. They're 2 points behind. We're ahead of them. So how can I be ahead of you in a race and you're telling me, nah, I'm still favourite to lose this race? Imagine that. That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense, especially if we go and beat Arsenal. For me, it suggests that there's a projection for me anyway. People are saying, injuries can happen and derail us, but fingers crossed we stay injury free and win the league. No. I'm not saying we will win the league. I'm saying we are favourites, like favourites in terms of yeah, you guys are the favourites to win the league. Like, you guys are there. I don't think it means that you will win the league. If you feel like Liverpool are going to drop points, yeah, cool. But you would say Liverpool are favourites at that point if they go and especially if they beat Arsenal 4-1, like 3-1, and how you guys are saying us. GTV saying it's not to downplay us. I'm saying we are having to perform at our best and are only 2 points in front of a team who are not even at their. No, but they are at their best. We're looking at last season and trying to say, oh, they're not at their best. In that regard, Liverpool aren't at our best yet, because if you use 2 seasons ago as an example, or 3 seasons ago, we can go on runs where we've gone on that 10 or 13 game winning streaks. We haven't done that yet this season. So technically, we're not at our best in that regard. I think when it comes to City, I think there's still a kind of like, oh yeah, but City have to get better. And I think a lot of people thought that about Liverpool. GT saying, how can they be at their best when they just got back their best player? Oh, that doesn't make sense. Well, we haven't got Salah and we haven't got Trent. Trent's not even been playing games. Like, it's the same thing. Like, to say they're not at their best is to say, oh yeah, they're not. They've still got another level to go. I think this is the level they're going to be at. Now, for me, it's more to do with consistency, more to do with, can you get to another level? Like, you can only get 3 points from a game. So as long as Liverpool win their games, they win the league. Like, for me, it's that simple. If you think Liverpool are going to drop off, it means what you're suggesting is that the trend of this early part of the season is false in terms of like Liverpool can't sustain that and you expect Liverpool to drop off. If you think that, fair enough. But from what I'm seeing, there's nothing for me to suggest that Liverpool are going to drop off, because I was saying this the whole early part of the season. And I'm saying, oh, they can't sustain it. But when you're doing it this far, clearly what you're doing is sustainable. We've got Jerry G saying, Jerry, what you're saying, it doesn't make sense. They're literally not had their best player all season. We missed out since January, bro, not since August. Yeah, that's fair, but that could have easily been a situation where Liverpool dropped points. So yeah, they haven't had their best player since August, 100%. But City didn't lose games because they didn't have Kevin De Bruyne. Now, Kevin De Bruyne can go and have a massive impact on a team, and especially in certain big games. So, like, if I go and look at to the Arsenal game or against Liverpool, a KDB could be the difference, 100%. Like, a Salah can be the difference. But their ability to go and play and win games and stuff, like Rodri last season was their best player. Rodri was performing poorly. He was in a poor run of form. So I'm not looking at City thinking, oh, they're going to get to another level. I think with a KDB, they can be more consistent. When you've got a game winner, when you look at like the Newcastle game the other day, when he came in and changed the game, that's the difference in it, is that they've now got someone which means that they can win games now more concurrently. Now, what I'm saying is Liverpool this season have lost one game. So unless there's a general consensus that you think Liverpool are going to drop off and they can't sustain that level, then ultimately 3 points is 3 points. It's not like per performance or you're going to go and get 5 more points than anyone. That's what my argument is. And when I go and look at City, I think City will still be inclined to drop more points if I look at what happened earlier on in the season. Because yeah, they've had Kevin De Bruyne, but that's their best player. They've got quality players all over the pitch. And beginning of the season, everyone would say that City had the best squad. Like, that's the way I'd look at it, man. G's not even saying proper negative. He's just playing devil's advocate. We're just discussing. Keep it real. So get into the conversation, man. Just enjoy it. G's saying we can easily win this league. I'm not saying we can't. I'm just saying their team who at the moment are good, but not at their best for whatever reason that is. Yeah, but what is their best with this team? That's the point. It's like, even with this team now, I don't know what the best Liverpool is in terms of this is the best we've played. This is the best we are at the moment. Can we go up a level? Can Szoboszlai go up a level? Can Diaz be better? Can Gakpo be better? Can Jones be better? Can Trent be better than he was? Can Robertson turn up and be better? Can Gomez be better? That's the question I've got, because I don't know this team. I don't know how good they can be. So I understand me 100%. Like, I'll be looking and thinking, oh yeah, that's why I'm not saying, oh, Liverpool are winning the league. But if I'm looking at it on paper, it's like, yeah, let's just be honest. Like, at this point, Liverpool are favourites. If Liverpool drop points and drop off, then they're not favourites, isn't it? Like, that's the way I'm discussing it. Big up to G here. G saying, being honest can always be a bad thing for people who don't like hearing different opinions. Nah, man. Like I said, keep it real. We're honestly discussing. These are the discussions we have all the time in the group chat. So it is what it is. We've got honestly saying, if we beat Arsenal and City drop points to Brentford, which they also drop points to, then the 5-point gap will remain. I want to say we are favourites, but I got PTSD every time we came close. No, but that's my point. I'm not me saying Liverpool are favourites doesn't mean Liverpool are favourites doesn't mean that I think Liverpool are going to win Liverpool are guaranteed to win the league. I just think at this moment in time, Liverpool are favourites, isn't it? It's like, if City went ahead, everyone would say City are favourites. If I saw Arsenal 5 points ahead, I'd say, yeah, they're favourites to win the league now. Like, that's what I would say to them. That's what I'd say to them. You saying we still have levels to go yet. But that's my point. So some people, that's my point. I don't know what levels Liverpool have to go. So the only way I could go and hear people saying, oh yeah, but Liverpool have been at their best. And this, like, if G feels, and this is where it's obviously opinion, if G feels this is the best this Liverpool team's ever going to get, like, this is their peak, then of course I can see why he'd go and look at it and be like, actually, no, this City team obviously can beat them, because this City team is a team that won the treble. In my opinion, I think this Liverpool team has to be able to go and get better. This can't be the peak of the team. That's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it, man. You saying City aren't getting any better? This is it. Yeah, I think we are getting better. That's what I'm saying. That's the perspective to look at it. That's the perspective to look at it. But yeah, man. But yeah. All right, man. But people, listen. That's been obviously the preview. Big up to everyone that's been in the building, guys. Make sure we're smashing a like. If you're watching this on a replay, please make sure you're smashing a like and letting me know in the comments who you think is obviously going to win this massive fixture and what you think it means. Do Arsenal need to win this game? I think they did. I think they do. I think obviously I'm discussing it here. Let me know what you think of it. Do you think it's if we beat Arsenal, are Arsenal done and out of the title race? I think that's going to be the narrative. Let me know your thoughts, obviously, down in the comments below. Hit that notification bell as well if you're new to the channel. Subscribe as well because it does help the channel grow. Like up the video as well. Just like it. And look, have a great evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I won't be there, but it'll be a pre-record, so we'll obviously be able to go and discuss what I'm talking about in regards to Conor Bradley, and it might swing your opinions. If anyone thinks Trent should be starting the game, I'm going to let people know why I think Conor Bradley maybe is the future for Liverpool at right back, if he's able to continue and sustain the levels he's playing at. But look, people, thank you so much for joining in. It's been the J James Show. Have a good night, and we are out.